Hey guys, Tallara here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Dragonflight. We're continuing to catch up on all of the additional content they added between patch 10.1 and 10.2. On our last episode, or our last few episodes, we were helping out the aspect Caligos. Today we're going to be helping out a different aspect, Alexstrasza, so it's basically just a choose your giant dragon adventure. If we talk to Captain Drine here, who we haven't seen in a little while.
My forces protect.
They say, "Good to see you again, Tallara. Alexstrasza doesn't think we can stop the rebels effectively through force, despite the successes you've had. To find other ways forward, Alexstrasza has called Maldra Flametongue here to talk about the rebellion and what drew her to it. Perhaps it would be helpful to join the conversation and see what Maldra has to say. To avoid prying rebel eyes and ears, they will be meeting below us on the second level of the seat of the aspects."
Valdrakken stands strong.
Okay. So, we need to go downstairs, I guess? The rebels is something that we haven't encountered in a while, you guys will remember. A long while ago we dealt with some rebels. And it seems that they have not quite been dealt with, so Alexstrasza is going to take it upon herself to try to speak with them and hopefully see if that has some success. We'll just teleport down to the bottom floor and then see where it is they're meeting. Over here? No, they must be up one floor. Yeah, he did say the second floor. Okay. Up the stairs. You don't realize how big everything is built, sort of? Until you notice your humanoid character walking up the stairs, like, holy moly, these are mega stairs. But I guess it makes sense. This whole area was literally built for dragons, so that does check out. Alright, here they are. Maldra Flametongue and Alexstrasza. So, when I saw we were hurting other dragonkin, I knew I was on the wrong side. But what drew you to their cause? You do not seem dishonorable. No, it was honor that drew me to the cause. The treatment of dragonkin seemed dishonorable. We cared for this land for centuries without the dragons, but were reduced to mere servants when you returned. So I joined the rebels because we had been pushed aside, expected to serve as though the dragons had never left. I mean, that's totally fair. They had been holding down the fort. Oh, what's happening? Who's... Oh, there's the investigator. Explosives? In my home? You must stop them before they do something unforgivable. Speak of the devil, just as I was about to say the rebels have a point, they've decided to try to bomb Valdrakken.
Welcome to the Dragon Isles.
I found the rebels are stockpiling a huge number of bombs beneath the Valdrakken aqueduct. We must stop them.
Victory in all your battles.
I managed to infiltrate a rebel camp down in Scalewatch Cavern. It seemed like any other camp, except for frequent wagons coming into camp with their contents covered. Eventually I was able to discreetly make my way to where the wagons would be unloaded. The rebels are stockpiling bombs, but it's even worse. They're piling the bombs against a pillar directly underneath the aqueduct from Tierhold. Meet me down there and we'll find a way to stop this.
Go in service.
I'll come as well. You'll need help. We'll meet you at Scalewatch Cavern, Tallara. Alright, meet you guys there. Well, that's unfortunate. Where exactly is Scalewatch Cavern? Oh, it's just north of Valdrakken. Okay. So let's just get out of here and then we can dragon ride right up there. Seems only fitting that we ride a red dragon to our destination, seeing as today we are helping Alexstrasza and all. God, dragon riding really doesn't get old. To me, it doesn't, at least. It's so cool to be able to just soar around the lands like this. I really, really enjoy it. Alright, here we are. Thank you for coming so quickly, Tallara. Let's put a stop to this threat. The camp is heavily guarded. You'll have to fight your way in. May be possible to avoid some fighting, says Muldra. It's more difficult to take prisoners, but I know a spell that should make it possible. If you're able to take prisoners, do so, but don't risk the aqueduct. We must stop those bombs.
Aspects watch over you.
We seem to be in time, Tallara. Let's put a stop to this before the aqueduct is destroyed.
Glory to all dragons.
I wish we never had to raise arms against fellow dragonkin, Tallara. We should be allies, not enemies. Unfortunately, their leader, Agitator Zoralek, made the choice for us when he threatened the aqueduct. Fight your way inside the cave and put a stop to Agitator Zoralek by any means necessary before he can set off those bombs. Then bring back his detonator so we can secure it. Once we have that, the Scalesworn will be able to remove the bombs safely.
Serve well.
Aspect's grace shine down on you.
While we're putting a stop to this bombing, I've got some ideas for how we can learn more about what's driving the rebellion.
Go with the aspects.
If Alexstrasza truly wants to find the causes of this rebellion, we need to hear out the rebels. To do that, we have to safely detain rebels who want to kill us. Well, you. That's much harder than resorting to violence, and more dangerous as well. But I've experienced this when I left the rebels. Orion Darkwater cast a spell to bind me totally. It worked, and I paid close attention. I've imbued that spell into a ring. You can use it to bind them safely. It should work anyway.
Aspects watch over you.
The rebels seem to have a lot of signs and flyers around the cave. They probably use it as a way to keep everyone aligned to their purpose and motivated to fight. It's hard to keep a large group united around a cause, especially if you use detestable methods like bombing civilians or destroying a water source, without a steady stream of reinforcement. Let's get a bunch of their propaganda. It may tell us a lot about what they're thinking or who's telling them what to think.
May the waters protect you.
Alright, sounds good. We can do all of those things. So we've got to capture rebels, slay their leader, and collect propaganda.
I am out of range.
Here's the first rebel. You cannot prevent the Aspect's downfall, he says. And I say... We'll see about that. Okay, we're binding him. Perfect. That's one captured. Easy peasy. Guess the ring did work after all. Now, the real question is... where's their leader? We should try to take down another one while I'm here. Can I just start it right away, or do I need to weaken them first, I wonder? No, there we go. Oh, that's so easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I cannot use that item yet.
Come to me, rebels.
It is not ready yet.
Oh, it didn't work for him first time. Let's see if we weaken him a little bit. Oh, weakened him a bit too much. Yeah, okay. It only works sometimes first try. I think I just had really good luck there on our first few encounters. Alright, well let's head deeper in this way. First we'll stop and harvest this plant. They've got quite the setup here for rebels. Think we can grab either of these guys? Nope. Wow, I think I used all my luck in the first couple of encounters because now I can't tame any of them. I'm reaping what I sowed when I was like, wow, this is so easy! Turns out, yeah, I was wrong. There we go. Oh, and here's some propaganda. Perfect. Okay, we're into the caverns proper here now, which is where I think their leader is situated. So let's keep an eye out. There he is, Agitator Zorlek. Wow. He literally ran away. Bro, that was embarrassing. He didn't put up a fight at all, and by the end of it, just ran away. Anyway, I'm not gonna complain. He is defeated. We've got the detonator, and now we just need to grab a few more pieces of propaganda and capture a few more rebels. I see a rebel supply crate right here. What's in this? Ooh, some Dragon Owl supplies. Nice. Yeah, maybe I should stop trying to capture them right away without lowering their health first, because it seems to have a lower and lower success rate the more I try to do it. So let's try weakening them. Like we're catching a Pokemon, you know? Gotta lower their HP a little bit.
Too far away.
Alright, let's try this. And that didn't work either, so maybe it's just completely a game of chance. I don't know. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with how much HP they have left. Man, people are just constantly inviting me to guilds around here, aren't they? It's like they don't even say hi first. The very least you could do is give me a little hello or something. Oh god. I pulled an elite by accident. Not ideal. Okay. Thankfully we have this other guy here to help me. Whew. A little too close for comfort. Thanks, sir. Now. For the love of God, join my cause. Seriously? This is just ridiculous. Yeah, it just doesn't say anything in like the quest text about weakening them or anything, so... Nope. I guess the, like, possibility of it working is extremely low, so that you'll have to fight lots of dragons. Speaking of extremely low, wow, we got out of that with a sliver of HP. Good lord. Come on. Finally. Holy moly. Feels like I hadn't captured one in forever. So that's nice. There we go. We just need one more. Nope. Yeah, it's clearly just 100% chance, because sometimes I get them when they have low HP, sometimes I get them when they have full HP. There doesn't seem to be a method to the madness. There we go. Alright, 8 out of 8. Let's report back. Actually, we're gonna have to get rid of this guy first. Then we will report back. Whee! I'm back!
I have lived to see them return.
This is more difficult. This is the more difficult way, but every rebel we capture instead of kill is a chance to end this violence and a life saved. Have you gotten a good sample of their writings? These seem to mostly be written by an instigator Bellerophon. I met her once when I was in the rebellion. If we can find her, perhaps we can stop her from inciting so much anger. I'll also be able to look through these for any codes or ciphers from my rebel days and they might still be using, to see if we can find out more. Good work, Tallara.
Until we meet again.
For the glory of the dragons.
Were you able to stop Zorlek? Is the aqueduct safe?
Guard against chaos.
By stopping Zorlek and retrieving his detonator, you've secured the aqueduct for both Valdrakken and the life pools.
Honor all dragons.
Alright, what next?
We serve once more.
We've been sending the rebel prisoners to Steel Cliff Rampart. It's the barracks where Valdrakken's city guard, the Scalesworn, are based. So there are plenty of guards to keep them from causing harm or escaping. Head over there and we'll see what the next steps are in putting a permanent stop to this rebellion.
Honor all dragons.
The aqueduct is secured, Tallara, thanks to you, and our prisoners are being taken to Steel Cliff Rampart. They won't get away with anything in the Scalesworn's base. Valdrakken's finest may even allow them some freedom. Hopefully not too much freedom. Alright, next stop. Steel Cliff Ramparts. There's the Serene Dreaming Spa, and here is the Steel Cliff Ramparts. The prisoners will not talk to me. They see me as an enemy. Perhaps you'll have better luck, Tallara? Oh, hi, Alexstrasza. Good to see you here. I always forget how tall you are. Thank you for coming. I'm here to discuss with these prisoners why they wanted to rebel against the dragons. Please join me and we'll see what they have to say.
From pain, we draw strength.
My goal is to see this rebellion brought to an end with as little violence as possible. To do that, I need to understand the root causes of this rebellion. The rebels have clearly come to resent the Aspects and the Dragonflights, and while we had to use force to protect Valdrakken, that hasn't brought about an end to the rebellion. I'd like you to speak to the prisoners and ask why they rebelled. I'll accompany you to hear their responses.
The balance must be maintained.
Okay. First up is you. What do you got to say for yourself?
I never gave up hope
What else do you want besides my freedom? Why did you rebel against the dragons?
until
We didn't ask to serve the dragons. We didn't choose to serve the dragons. We were simply commanded to, against our will. We wanted willing allies, not forced servitude. Seems we took their allegiance for granted. This is actually a pretty cool thought, because they are like, they're dragon kin. They're literally kin to dragons. And yeah, they do seem to be used as more of a servant role, so I can see why someone would want to rebel, especially having lived here with no overlords for tens of thousands of years. To suddenly be told to act as servants, I get it. This one says, I have no desire to speak with you, so why did you rebel against the dragons?
Poor dragon.
I don't see any reason we need the dragons. They left this land to us for 10,000 years and everything was fine. That hadn't occurred to me, but surely they must see we need to work together to protect the Isles. Alexstrasza is so cool. She's one of my favorite characters in WoW for sure. Her design is just awesome. She makes me look so small though. I come up to her waist. And I'm a dragonkin myself. Here's another one.
The Isles welcome you.
Every time there's a war, the dragons send us off to die in huge numbers. They want us to fight for them, but what do we get from this? So many dragons have died to protect Azeroth over the centuries. I had viewed it as us fighting together, not just sending our troops to war. Two different perspectives, I guess, is the crux behind this whole rebellion. The dragons have their perspective, the dragonkin have their perspective.
Here? Trust only your
Veldragon was our home, and the dragons pushed us out when they returned. We always thought of Veldragon as our home. We must remember it as home to the dragonkin as well. Yeah, it's like, it was your home, but a long time has passed. Things have changed, and the dragonkin look at themselves differently. Can't necessarily go back to how it used to be. I have my own dreams beyond fighting wars for dragons. I have not considered this. I do not wish to prevent them from pursuing their dreams. Come with me back to Captain Drine at the entrance to the rampart. I'd like to discuss what the rebels are saying. Alright, let's go. Actually, might be able to just soar back there. Whee! I'm a dragonkin too, don't forget!
Greetings.
I might not agree with their reasons, certainly not their violent methods, but I have a new understanding of why they want change.
Life endures.
That was enlightening to say the least. The rebels we talked to had a lot to say, which I wouldn't have anticipated. I have my thoughts on the situation, but what did you think of their grievances? The Drakthir have been victims of our worst excesses. Did the rebels' claims resonate with you?
Safeguard.
I mean, a little, but our situation is definitely different.
What is it you seek?
Do you think the Dragonkin grievances are legitimate, Tallara? I mean... I think, yeah. I do. I think the Dragonkin have been unfairly treated. Yes, I can definitely see your perspective. And what do you think of their claims to be equal with dragons? I mean... The Dragonkin are residents of the Dragon Isles, just like her, so they deserve better treatment than they have received. Thank you for your insight. What do you feel is the right way to resolve the situation with the rebels? Tell Alexstrasza you would offer the rebels their freedom and treat them as equals, then invite them to work with the aspects if they choose. I will consider your advice. Thank you, Tallara. I can tell you're skeptical of rebel claims, Tallara, as am I, but I hear you saying that there may be a way to peace if we hear them out, and if there's any chance to see peace without further loss of life, then we must try to achieve it. I will consider your advice. Thank you again, Tallara, for your aid. Maldra has deciphered a rebel code in the propaganda you found, Tallara. Let's put a stop to Belafon's incitement. Alright guys, so we are thick into the rebel plot here, and it's actually posing some pretty interesting, almost philosophical questions for how the dragon should be treating the Dragonkin, especially since they have been the residents of the Dragon Isles themselves for the last 10,000 years. This has been a pretty cool quest, but we're obviously not done. I'll call it a day here for today's episode of Dragonflight, and when we pick up next time, we're gonna go and put a stop to Belafon's incitement of the rebels, and hopefully find a way to end this situation peacefully.